We're all used to swiping our credit and debit cards at the register to pay for our purchases, but in October, that process is going to change, and you may already be seeing that as you receive your new cards that feature a small chip. Well, a recent Visa study shows that 83% of consumers are aware of the new cards, but only 34% really understand what this upgrade means. So, joining us this morning to tell us about the new technology and how it impacts us is Stephanie Ericksen with Visa. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Tina. It's great to talk to you today.
You know, actually, this is a topic of discussion just between myself and my friends, talking about our new cards coming in and having this new chip. So we're noticing it, but what does it really mean? What is that chip doing for us?
Yeah, well, many people have received a chip card recently in the mail from their financial institution. And by the end of this year, roughly 63% of the cards in the U.S. will be upgraded or converted to chip technology. So people are going to start to see them a lot more frequently going forward. What that means is what chip technology does is it generates a unique one-time code every time the chip on that card is being read for a transaction. And that code changes with each transaction. So the benefit of that is if a criminal breaks into a merchant's computer system or hacks in and does a data breach and steals that data, they cannot use it to create counterfeit cards or do counterfeit fraud, which is roughly 66% of the fraud that we're seeing in stores today.
Well, more security is music to everyone's ears, of course. So if we still have a card that does not have a chip on it, how long will that continue to work?
Yeah, the cards that people have in their wallets today, if they don't have a chip on them yet, they will continue to work as magstripe and they're still safe. So from a consumer point of view, consumers are always protected with zero fraud liability, whether they're using their existing card that has a magstripe or a new card that they get in the mail shortly that has a chip on it. So whether they're swiping or inserting their chip card, they're always protected with zero fraud liability. But chip transactions are going to become a lot more common in the U.S. as we move forward.
Now, if we have already received that or we're about to receive our new card with the chip in it, are we doing anything different at the actual register?
Yeah, at the checkout, there's going to be a slightly different experience for people. Rather than swiping the mag stripe on the back of your card, you'll begin to insert the chip end of your card into the terminal, kind of like putting your card in an ATM today. And then while the card is in the terminal, that unique one-time code is being generated. And then the rest of the payment transaction continues just like it does today.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool. And now, of course, once we receive that new card, what is your suggestion on what we should do with our old cards to make sure that that is still secure?
Yeah, when you get your new chip card in the mail, it's safe to just go ahead and shred or cut up your old card and then begin to use your chip card just like you do today when you get a new card when your current card expires.
Now, I did say that at the very beginning when we began. October is kind of that time period. Is that when we should have already received our new card? Is that our goal?
Well, October is a key date when we will see a lot of merchant locations begin to upgrade their environment in preparation for the holiday period and then also going forward to be able to read those chip transactions. But it's going to take probably 2 to 3 years to get to 90% of the cards in the market converted over to chip. So in the meantime, consumers are always protected and their transactions are still safe. But we want to move to this chip technology to really drive down counterfeit fraud and take that merchant data out of harm's way and make it less attractive for criminals to try to steal.
And so, Stephanie, if we do need some additional information or have some more questions on these new cards, where can we go for that?
Yeah, for people who'd like more information about chip cards, they can go to visachip.com, which has some great videos as well as some additional information on how chip technology works.
Well, I think this was absolutely helpful for us. So, Stephanie, again, thank you so much for being with us.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend will be right back.